digitize processes for bank admins, employees, and customers. Kind of the intention with this is to create automated systems that don't require a lot of physical paperwork, helps improve customer experience, and helps employees focus on revenue generating tasks such as sales, loan applications, things like that, instead of doing things like balance inquiries and transactional functions. So jumping into the basics, our class compositions here, we broke it up into the inheritance and compositions where we have full-time as an employee, part-time as an employee, savings as an account, checking as an account, fixed deposit as an account, and then bank has employees, has customers, customer has account, and account has transactions. We took those kind of basic requirements and used that to create our class diagram, as you see here. Really, this is just a better visualization of the previous table that I just showed, and it also has some of the functions that we wanted each class to be able to perform. So we also created a sequence diagram for our bank management system. Here you can see who has the ability to perform what functions. In this case, you can see customer, when logging in with a customer username and password, they're able to view some bank information and then perform some transactions. The admin, when logging in, is able to manage some bank functions, and the employee, when logging in, can access the bank management system and then perform transactions, make updates to accounts, and update customer information. So I'm going to hand it off to Pooja here, who is going to share with our bank driver class.
Thank you, Randy. Hi, good morning, everyone. Myself, Pooja, and this is our bank driver class. So our application name is Bank of Suburbs, and it consists of 3 menus. You can see here: admin portal, employee portal, customer portal. So in admin portal, bank admin can handle the employee related information. In employee portal, the employee will handle the customer related information, and in customer portal, the customer can perform the transaction like deposit, withdraw. Randy, next slide, please. So this is the bank driver class. We use the switch statement here. So switch or case is used to direct the users to their proper interfaces. We use the cases here, and we secure the login credentials. So admin portal has their own username, password. Customer has their own username, passwords, and employee has their username and password. Next slide, please. So this is the admin menu. In admin menu, the bank admin can handle the bank information, add employee and save employee, search employee, print all employee information, and the 5th case is for the exit. Next slide. So this is our employee menu. Employee menu contains the employee can handle the add customer, open an account, update customer details like update email address, contact number, first name, last name. And 3rd case is the find customer. So with the help of customer ID, we can search customer information here. 4th case is the print all customer information, and 5th case is for the exit. Next slide, please. So this is our customer menu. In customer menu, customer can perform the transactions. First one is the deposit. In deposit, customer can credit the balance, and in withdraw, customer can debit the balance. In 3rd case, we can view the account balance or can check the account balance. And in fourth case is the account for account information, and fifth one is for exit. Next slide. So this is our file writer or buffer writer. So it acts like a database. It stores the bank related information. You can see here the employee list, customer list. So file writer class is used to write character oriented data in the file. So I will hand over to Masum to show over the demo.
Thank you, Pooja. I'll share my screen. Hi guys, are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So as you can see on my screen, this is our bank driver class. And on the left side, you can see that we have created all of these classes: account, bank, customer, employee, and transaction class. And also we have created a child class for the employee, like a full-time employee and the part-time employee. And we also used enum for the account type, customer type, employee type, and the transaction type, so user can add the random values. So as you can see here in our bank driver class, we have created a bank object here, and in the this is our main menu. And we used a do while loop to perform to repeat this menu, and once so it will repeat it every time if user will not enter force to exit from this loop. And we, as Pooja explained earlier, we have used a switch case and for the different cases we have used a different credential for the user. So admin can only access this admin. For the admin portal, we use the username and password for the admin, and also we created a usernames for the employee, and this is for, and we also created for the customer. As you can see here, we call this print admin menu method. Now I will show you these methods. And in the print admin menu method, we used we print this menu if if admin entered a right username and a password, then it will print this menu. And here we have also created file writer and buffer writer classes. So to print our bank and employee information in the file. And now I'm gonna run my program and show you our output step by step. So as you can see here, this is our main menu. If now I'll press 1 to enter into the admin portal, and it will ask me to enter username and password. Once my login success, admin portal is visible. If I want to print bank information, I'll press 1 and it will show me our bank information here. And if I want to add any employee, then I'll put 2 here. Then it will ask me to enter employee ID here. If I will and first name and last name, and it will also ask the email and the phone number. And it will also ask me to enter the address, and also it is asked me to enter the employee type here. If I'll enter a full-time employee, then it will ask me to enter the employee salary here. And you can see that our employee is added here with the full information. And if I want to search any employee, then I'll press 3 and it will ask me to enter employee ID. If I'll press 31 here, then it will print the message employee found, and you can see the employee information here. And if I want to print all this, print all the employees information, then I'll enter 4 here and it will print our all employees list here with their information. Now I'll exit out from this loop and try to log in as admin or try to log in as an employee, and I will enter employee username and password here. Now in the admin portal, you can see admin can employee can perform all these operations. If employee wants to add the customer, I'll press 1. It will ask to enter a customer ID, then customer name and the customer email. Then it asks to enter a customer phone number, and it will ask to enter customer type, I for the individual and B for the business. If I'll press I, then it will ask me to set the username for the customer. Then I will set the username for the customer and the password here. And then it will ask me, do you want to open a checking account? If I'll press Y, then it will ask me to enter a checking account number here and enter the balance for the checking account. And it will again ask me, do you want to open a saving account? If I'll press Y, then it will ask me to enter saving account number and saving balance for the saving account. Then it will ask me to enter a FD account. If I'll press Y here, then it will ask me to enter FD account number and balance for the FD account. Then as you can see here, our customer is added here with all the information, with account number and account type, balance here with all these accounts. And if employee wants to find any customer, then I will press 3 here and it will ask me to enter the customer ID here. So I'll press 21. Then as you can see here, our customer is found here with their ID, name and email with their account information. And if we added multiple customers, so we can also print all this customer list here. And now I will exit out from this loop and try to log in as a customer. Now I'll press 3. Then first of all, it will ask me to enter a customer ID here, a customer username here, and the customer password. Then it will ask me to enter account ID. Then you can see here a customer portal will be visible here. Then I can perform all these operations here. Like if I'll press 1 here, then it will ask me to enter amount to deposit. If I press 1000 here, and you can see enter amount has been deposited successfully. Your balance is 200 and now I will enter 2 to withdraw the amount. And if I'll enter 500, I want to withdraw 500, then it will print the message, enter amount has been withdrawn successfully and your balance is 2000. If I want to check my account balance, then I'll press 3 here then it will say your account balance is 2000. If customer wants to print their account information, then if I'll press 4 here, then it will display all this account information with the balance and type, and it will also display the transaction information here with the ID, transaction type, amount, and date and time. Now I'll exit out from this loop and I'm going to show you our file here. So as you can see here in our file, our employee is added here and our customer is added here with this account ID, account balance, account type, and all this information. Now I'm going to show you our test cases. So this is our bank test class where we have created a bank test method here, and in the setup method we have created a bank object class and the employee and the customer object. And in the bank test method we use a set equal method to test all of our all of our information. And now I'm going to show you our test file, our test results here. So as you can see here, our all tests are pass, and this is our test result. And now I'm going to show you our code coverage report. Now, first of all, I will clean and build. Now you can see here our build success, and in the code coverage and show report, you can see here our code coverage report here, and the total code coverage we tested 13.76%. And now I will hand it over to Randy to further explanation of our PPT.
All right, you guys should be able to see my screen again any second.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, so as we just showed, we had 100% of our test cases passed, and the breakdown of our code coverage. The tools we used to complete our project, Google Drive for file sharing, GitHub, Google Meet for meeting, WhatsApp for general communication. We used draw.io to draw some of the sequence diagrams, and we did all of our developing in NetBeans. Some future improvements that we would like to include if we had more time and resources would be increasing customer transaction types, allowing for additional types of transfers, mobile check deposits, things like that, things to enhance the customer experience. We'd also like to enhance the sales functionality for the employees, like adding the ability to add loan applications and credit reports, and enhance cybersecurity features to prevent data breach and privacy issues. Some challenges that we faced initially, divide and conquering the project was a little difficult because we had all kind of started our own classes, and there was some difficulty getting file names and things aligned. But once we kind of got it all put together, we got it to work out pretty well, I think. Also some related issues there with object management. That being said, do you guys have any questions for us?
Yeah, first of all, excellent.
Good job.
Really good job, and really, I'm enjoying this presentation. So first of all, thank you for putting effort, and thank you for sharing it with the details and passion. So thank you. You can answer, anyone can answer this question. So first of all, what was the most important aspect of this project, and what did you enjoy the most?
I mean, personally, I think seeing, kind of all the different functions we can incorporate, and, how we can, build something that actually works is, that's always an enjoyable aspect of any project to me.
Pooja, Masum, what did you enjoy the most?
We had very good team, so I enjoying the teamwork.
Masum,
And we enjoy the teamwork. We always meet on the Zoom, and what we discuss and decide what we have to do next. And what's the good thing here? We completed our project and at the timeline, and then we work on our test cases and code coverage report too.
So while you were working on this particular project, did any time you realize that you're behind or not able to make it? Any fear factor happen at any single point of time?
Yes, as Randy explained you to divide and conquer of our project. So I and Pooja divided all our employee menu and admin menu part. So I completed the admin menu and Pooja completed employee menu part. So and also when we combine all of our code into one machine, then we will get many errors because she used different attributes or the different data types than I have created. So that's why we are getting too many errors, and it will take us too much time to solve this, and but at the end we have solved all these problems.
Very good. So in your project, I really like one specific thing about security. So how you decide the security that particular manager, employee, or customer can log in and they execute their menus?
So that was just kind of a general requirement for us to break up who can access what, and to kind of demonstrate the functionality that we were able to achieve using the do while loops and the if statements to make sure that the credentials were valid. Does that answer your question?
Yep. And the last question, like if I give you extra 1 month, what would you add additional?
We can first of all we'll increase our code coverage report percentage by adding uncovered parts, uncovered test cases, and we'll also focus on the high risk area, prioritize a high risk area to test them.
Anything else, Pooja, you can add in this project?
We can increase the security to employee, and we can increase the customer transactions types as well.
Very good. So guys, give a big round to this group. Really good job, guys. So it's kind of, when we see such kind.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, so we have prepared our project on bank management systems. Okay, and I would like to present my group. which is myself, Dake, Hind, Kulsum, Lawrence, and Benno. My upcoming slide is including all the goals that we're planning to work on it while doing our project, which is updating the bank and the customer and the account. Also add and update the employees. Show employee, show customer, and show the account. Also, we did the search for employee by ID and search customer by ID. My following slide is talking about object relationship. While preparing the project, we came up with these classes. So bank has customer, bank has an employee, bank type, part-time is employee, full-time is employee, checking is an account, saving is an account, fixed deposit is an account. Customer has a checking account, and customer has a saving account. And now my friend Kulsum is going to take over.
Thank you, Zara. As you can see on the screen, this is our UML diagram. This represents this represents the classes we have used in our bank management system. As you can see, we have bank class, we have customer class, we have employee class, we have account class, and these and let me talk about the relationship they share with each other. A bank can have many customers, and it has a relationship with the customer. And similarly, bank can have many employees. This relationship shows bank has an employee, and we have various other classes like business customer and regular customer. These classes show the relationship they have with the customer class. They have this extends keyword represents is a relationship. That means they are inheriting the common properties from the parent class, the customer class, and the business customer and the regular customer are called the child classes or the subclasses. They have their own specific properties apart from the common properties they inherit from customer class. And similarly, we have other child classes like the full-time, part-time, contract, EMP. These are other child classes and that inherit from the parent class, which is employee class. Similarly, we have checking, saving, and fixed deposit, which are the subclasses. They also share a relationship with account as the parent. This also represents is a relationship, and we show the is a relationship or inheritance using the keyword extends. Lawrence, if you can go to the similar, it's the same thing what I was talking in the previous slide. These are classes we have used: bank class, employee Java class, the customer Java class, account Java class. As you can see, employee Java class is the parent class or the super class, and it has two child classes inheriting from it, which is full-time employee Java, which extends employee parent class, and part-time employee extends employee class. Similarly, customer Java is a parent class. For it, we have two different child classes, which is business customer class and a regular customer class. And next, fourth one is account class, which is a parent class. For it, we have three child classes, that is checking account, savings account, and fixed deposit. Now I would like more on this from my team member, Dake. Thank you.
And thank you. Hello. So bank services at your service. We know we can't do a bank service without creating a web app. So I decided to create a web app to do a few more QA testing. And you go ahead and just move on right along, Lawrence. And one of the few QA tests that we actually got to master was a Karate API test, also including using a little bit of Maven and JUnit as well. This was really good to also put in another IDE and integrate it into this project. So I introduced the class a bit to the Eclipse world as well. Since we mostly master NetBean, I decided to also incorporate that in our group to give a little bit of extra motivation and just to show that we are able to do a broad amount of tests, not just only in NetBean, but also in IDE. Go ahead and move the wheel, Lawrence. And this is just a few of the JSON files, just showing the bank account specifically for our project. As you see that we have contact information, account information, the typical normal bank details that a normal customer would have. And just to keep it smooth and simple, these are one of the files that's required to be able to do some of the testing. And I'm going to go ahead and have my pal Lawrence go ahead and take over and show you all the NetBean world.
So we ran some unit tests for our bank application using TestNG, and as you can see, the tests that we wrote have all passed, and these tests were written to test each individual class that we wrote, specifically for the bank, the customer, account, and employees. These are also the project files that we came up with. One of our other deliverables was the text file with all of our outputs. As you can see, we have our bank information, our employee information, and individual customers' information, along with the accounts that are associated with that customer. Some other obligations for our application were adding to the bank with information. Specifically, you can see us adding employees, populating that data for the employees, determining if the employee is a part-time or a full-time employee, and filling that information, as well as the adding to the customer information. And as mentioned before, one of our goals was also to add searching functions for our application. This specific search function was for finding customers by ID, as well as finding employees by ID. Now I'll show you our code base and walk you through some of our logic and structure for how we approach that. 1 second as I switch. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, yeah, it looks like. So here we have our bank management system. This is the driver for our application. It's the main entry point for our entire application. Creating an empty bank and entering a do-while loop to ask a user for input, specifically the menu that we saw before, which is listed here. All the functions that we have implemented. Within this do-while loop, we ask for the input from the user, and we enter a switch case in order to determine which function the user wanted to execute. We divided these functions into methods so that they were easier to split up programming. Specifically, we pass in the, I'll give an example of how we implemented this. For creating a bank, we, in this method, we pass in the scanner class, ask the user for input using that scanner class, and populate our bank object with that information provided by the user. We also can show the information that was provided and stored locally within our that was stored locally through this show bank method. We also implemented the methods to add employees, in which we ask for more information, and we also implemented the save this information to a file, as we saw previously in the presentation. From here, we just call file write in a try catch block to make sure that we can catch exceptions like an IO exception. At the moment, we just capture a generalized exception just in case there are additional exceptions that we haven't, so that we can display any exception that we catch. As you can see, we just we call file writer on our locally our text file that we want to save information from, and we populate this text file with the objects that we've saved previously, that the user has inputted from previous method calls. We can also take a look at how we performed our unit tests within testng. So within the before method annotation block, we populated dummy data with we populated our objects to test with dummy data, and we ran the testng assert equals method in order to test the functionality of each class, and we split those classes based off of our structure. So one for banks, one for individual customers, for business customers, and so on. That concludes our demonstration of the code. Let me switch back to the PowerPoint.
All right, so as you saw, that Lawrence was over there to square you all away and give you all insight on our code. So we have our learning and our challenges. Well, it's always amazing to always work in a group, and it's always a fun time for us to also learn what we could do much better. And some of the challenges we had was just the code coverage and the testing of the program, but our communication was great. And we had fun creating the UML diagram and coordinating team participation. And we're gonna go ahead and move right on into the next slide. And these are the tools we used. We used the WebEx, WhatsApp to communicate. We did exceptionally well. Also, we used Google Meeting in certain situations. And then Eclipse was another IDE. And of course, as you saw, NetBeam and testng, and then pip install Flask just to create the simple little web app. And then the JUnit test was also used a little bit into the Eclipse program as well. And we're just gonna head and follow on to the next slide so we could go ahead and close on out. And just thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to present our project to you all. Thank you.
Very good, guys. First of all, congratulations for completing your first project, especially Java project. Question, anyone can participate. While you were working, how did you start or plan for the project?
I'll answer that one. So a lot of the situations, like everyone just took an initiative on just doing little things here and there just ahead of time. And then as we put out like a Google meeting and the WhatsApp, everyone just started just meeting right away. And I would just open it up or someone else just open up and we'll all just meet and just put all the work together. And we were just able to integrate it together and just put in our codes here and there and talk about what we did. And we all just worked it out like that.
Very good. So I know some of you are doing this the first time project. So while you were working with the group, what are the challenges you experienced? Again, either Kulsum or Jara or others can answer.
Like most projects, like timing, people are busy, so not all the time we can meet the whole group. So we've been working so hard. So if 2 or 3 people are there, so we keep going, and we get other people updated about our projects. And this is how we were working. I mean, it was a little bit tough, but we did it and we made it.
Very good.
Yeah.
Kulsum, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was adding to what Zara was saying. Like we would add our work to the Google Drive, and if anyone had to update it, they would update it and let us know. So that was what we were doing.
Very good. So now, Lawrence, I know, first of all, great work and good presentations. Let's say if I give you 1 more month extra, Lawrence, what would you add in this project?
So I unfortunately didn't include the slide, but we did run a Jacoco code coverage, and I noticed that at least the unit test that we wrote only really covered the base Pojo class files that we had, and not really the driver class. So given more time, I would probably add better test coverage on top of I guess if we had an entire another month, we could probably add more bank features like transactions. So it would just expand more onto our existing project.
Very good. Very good. Now, this is the last question. Anybody can answer. As a bank, when you do bank project, what are the key considerations as an NFR? NFR means non-functional requirement perspective. What are the things we should consider as a programmer? Anybody can answer.
I would say mainly for a bank just to put in the most main components and security features as well, including the specific kind of program. It's one of the situations.
One is security. Anyone else? As a QA, what NFR we should consider?
Possibly the efficiency of execution, how fast the
very good
we can
performance. Yep, performance. Yeah. So just any bank or any project you do that, you have to consider domain. So here account is sensitive, right? So security is extremely important. In that case, you have to create a role in the sense of who can access what, right? Like example, somebody log in. If it is a bank manager, they can log in. Right now, your program does not have login, right? It means anybody can access. So that's kind of concern, right? Second thing, time it takes, right? Certain operation, if it is asking same thing over and over, or certain things take long time, how can we optimize it so we can save average time or average second? Third thing is the resources, right? CPU, memory, hard drive, right? How you can do that. Third thing, how portable it is. Portable in the sense of if it works in Lawrence machine, can I work in DEC machine? If it works in Lawrence machine, can it works in cloud, right? Is it a portable? Third is language. Right now everything is in English, but if I use this thing for Canada or Mexico, Will that change label, or they call English to Spanish, or certain type of localization? All those things you should consider. But overall, great work. This is the first project, so give a big round to the group.